Hi, my name is Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who haven't gone to my website, please go to jonieswhitelighthealing.com. I do Skype, FaceTime, Facebook video, and phone sessions for folks who are not local to North Central New Jersey. I only bring in the highest of Christ-like consciousness, meaning the ones who are the enlightened ones. No lower vibrations, no fear porn. That's not what I'm about. That's not what psychics and healers are to be about. So if you experience doom and gloom, erase, delete, and move on. There are no timestamps to this video. This is July 25, if you can believe it, 2020. And if you are watching this on another day past the 25th, Spirit knows that you are watching this. Therefore, the information that you receive is either going to resonate, or I suggest putting it on a shelf because it will probably resonate at a later date. You could find me on Facebook. You can like my Joanie's White Light Healing fan page. And if you'd like to friend me, you can message me and let me know how you found me, because I don't friend strangers. I'm on LinkedIn, SoundCloud, and Twitter. If you haven't subscribed to my channel here, please do so. Press the all bell icon and you'll receive notifications of when I put out another video. Like and share, and please comment below. I love to hear from y'all. And if you have any suggestions regarding future videos, I will gladly put them out if they are reasonable. I bring in the highest of Christ light, and they would include archangels and angels, ascended masters and guides, departed ones, elementals, star beings, and consciousnesses. They come in as a collective voice. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, I didn't believe in any of this. I thought this was a hoax. Around 2003, 4, 5, I was gifted with abilities, and my life changed 180 degrees, and now I do this professionally. I was tapped to do YouTube videos last July where the Divine One said flash readings. So I didn't do that. I decided to do videos beginning January 1st of 2020, and here I am. So I decided that this video would be called The Great Divide. Are we truly separated? So I've been talking a bit about this, about the collective consciousness, and that we are all one. And I think that it's important for people to consider this concept, that we are all one big love ball. We are one big oversoul. We are the infinite intelligence. We are together the I am presence. Many people who have been religiously trained have been told that we are separate from a God. I have left religion. I was Jewish by birth, and I left religion, and now I am of unity consciousness. And I believe that we are all connected, and we are all God sparks. We are all separate, respective pieces of the oneness. So divided, are we? Well, we are and we're not. So together we are one, therefore there is no division. Yet when Creator blew itself up to know itself better, now we are ever expanding pieces of it. We are divided in that way. Yet we have a great impact on each other. Fast forward to today. Why do I bring this up? Because there's a lot of apparent division. That we God sparks are being set up, folks. That we are being played with and toyed in order to separate ourselves from our respective brother and sister God sparks. Why? Why are we being played? So we don't move on to higher levels. Who would do such a thing? Souls that are playing at lower vibrations, souls that are playing in the dark, are manipulating us on earth in order to keep us at bay from exploding into a gorgeous Woodstockian new earth reality. Why would I bring this up here? Well, I'm one of those animators. I'm a digital soldier, and I'm a light warrior, and I am a psychic and healer, and I am here to assist with the awakening of humanity. I say this very humbly. I didn't plan to do this when I was in first grade. This isn't something where I would raise my hand and say that this was my plan. I thought that I was going to be a private therapist on Long Island with 2 kids. Here I am in New Jersey with 1 child as a psychic and a healer. So I'd like for y'all to become aware of what is being thrown at you in the media, what news comes out, whether it's visual or audio or both, or in print. So meaning TV, film, commercial, video, articles online, hard copy magazine or newspaper, even talks that people are giving in person, even songs that you hear. And I'd like for you to be aware of your feelings that come up when you watch and listen and read. The words are very important to be aware of because words have frequency, they have meaning, and even when they're juxtaposed, positioned next to each other, whether it's with a rhythm or letters or even paragraph form, sentences, whatever the structure is, there's symbology to things, and there's a feeling that one gets when one connects with the frequency of the image, the written piece, the person, the music. If you are starting to get angry, if you are starting to judge, if you are starting to feel separate from, against, better than, leveled, if you start feeling self-righteousness, if you start feeling like you're a victim, check in with yourself and see what you in fact are in front of. Are you listening, watching, hearing something that is discussing division? Important for you to consider that the information could possibly not be so. I believe that generally we humans are peace-loving creatures that want Woodstock. We want that love vibration. That's who we are to begin with, that we want the peace, we want the joy, and that we don't look for, we don't search out conflict. If you are being goaded, if you are being prompted to have these experiences where you are feeling separate from, victimized, guilty, rageful, be mindful of the source. Do you know this person? Do you know what their agenda is? Do you know who is supporting them? It is very possible that you might be being manipulated in order to have a certain experience. What would division do for dark forces, for those that are playing nastily or in the dark? Well, they have the opportunity to control, to manipulate, to coerce, to have folks get so dizzy, so played out, so diminished in spirit that they are easily controlled, which I said before. On a higher level, if a soul is vibrating at a fear level, their vibration is low and they would not ascend to a new reality, to a new experience of unity consciousness and relatability and non-judgment and equality and peace and the higher love vibration. Dark forces like to keep others down at that low level so there can be control. Do you want to be controlled? How do you feel about that when I bring that up? Most people would say they don't want to be controlled unless they're into BDSM and they enjoy that. And I'm not talking about that stuff, folks. I'm talking about every day going about your business. How do you feel about being controlled? Another thing to consider is that there are etheric negative energies called archons, ARCHONS, and they feed off of negative energy. So when you are incited with situations where anger and fear come up, there's an energy that comes off of you called loosh, L-O-O-S-H, loosh. And the archons feed off of this and it keeps them strong. Do you want to feed negative energies with your anger and fear? I don't think so, unless you're playing in the dark yourself. So keep that in mind as well. I'm going to go in and see if there's anything more to say regarding division. Well, what Spirit is giving me is there's nothing that you have to do. So I see the metaphorical, you can keep your hands in your pockets and you can whistle and you can go down the street. It's if you're bothered by something, if something is in your way and on your path, you can question it whenever you'd like. You don't have to take things for face value. You can say, what is this? Who is this? Where are they coming from? What's the underlying agenda? How do I feel in my heart? What do I know intuitively? Am I starting to judge? Am I starting to run away from? Am I going to a fearful place? Am I separating from my beloved brothers and sisters? Am I sticking only with one kind? And am I moving myself away from another? There's your truth, my truth, and the truth. When you embrace that concept, then you kind of like glue, you connect back with everyone, don't you? So you can have your way and they can have their way, but you could still be in this cozy collective. That's our challenge right now. I do believe that we're being played and we're being manipulated, and it's as if a wedge is being put between us in every which way. It would be about gender and class and race and sexuality, socioeconomic status, looks, political views, relationships. Goes on, doesn't it? We're being told information and that we have to make decisions all the time. So is it possible for you to remain loving towards everyone, even those that don't see things your way? Is it possible for you to do that? If you embrace that concept that we are a collective, that we are all together as one, as love, you might reconnect yourself from the collective. Now, you can't separate yourself, you just divide yourself. When you divide yourself and you move yourself away from the collective, your vibration gets lower and it goes to a fear place. And you might not feel fear, but it just does. It's a lower vibration. We basically say either fear or love. So if you're not at that high vibration of accepting all, then once judgment sets in, you're vibrating lower and you start separating out and you start dividing up. And that's when you move to a lower vibration. In terms of ascension in this new earth reality that we are entering into, I do believe that every soul wants to ascend, but not all do. That there are many that have ascended, that they have experienced that love blast, and they've gotten it. I am here to assist, or I am here as part of the oneness, or both, and that I want to be part of this new world where we support and help each other, and there's no rancor, and that I'm not a victim and you're not a victim, and we're helping each other as a village. The ones who do not embrace this, I do not know exactly what will happen. I'm not sure whether people choose to leave this reality via death, using it as an exit opportunity. I am not sure. It is possible that people are leaving this reality because they don't want to enter into a unity consciousness, high love vibration, new earth reality. One might say, oh, that's so sad, or how stupid of them. But actually, no, every soul is given that free will choice. Every soul has developed to a certain vibrational level of spiritual development. And if they are given an opportunity to move forward, that's fantastic. But if they choose not to, and they, on some higher level, do not believe that they could keep up, that they haven't gotten there yet, in terms of their perception of service to other more than service to self, or the concept of unity consciousness, that we are all one, we're all in this together, and there's no competition, there's no ego involvement, no leveling, no judgmental silliness. They will go to their respective third dimensional realities. We channels have not been told exactly what will happen. there's that talk of that solar flash, and I'm starting to believe that every soul has their own solar flash moment, and that some have had it already. And that's where the guides and angels and such come to them and say, hey, you have a choice. Do you want to enter into a new earth reality, or are you interested in just going elsewhere? And some people leave via death, and other people hang on and they stay. I'm not sure, but that could in fact be what this solar flash is about. If the solar flash is that moment where from the central sun, there is this love wave that comes over and there's a separation of people and they go to their respective realities. Okay, fine, then that's that. I never hang my hat on anything. What I'm here to share with you is that when you divide from your fellow brother and sister in the collective, you are lowering your vibration and you lower the ascension chances. You thwart your ability to move ahead and experience this wonderful new earth that we are presently creating. I've said this before in other videos, and I'll close with this. Much is happening behind the scenes that the media is not sharing, and that it is so big, it's so huge. People with plots, plots. That means to fall over. You wouldn't even know it hit you. In the alternative media, we learn much about what is going on, and it is fantabulous. It is glorious. We've waited thousands and thousands and thousands of years for this liberation of the planet. And the major players that you hear about in the news are not who you think that they are. You will learn truth. Hang on to your hat. It's surely a ride. And you have never been forsaken. You have not been forsaken, you are not forsaken, and you will not be forsaken. All is well. Do the best that you can, be the highest version of yourself, and take into consideration this concept of dividing, that you might be being manipulated by forces that are keeping you back from moving ahead. Use your senses, and you will know whether you are being played. To judge is to separate from your fellow man and woman. And that's all I have for you today. So I send you blessings and peace, and I will see you again. Bye, y'all.